Emmanuel Amunike has scored for Nigeria. Goal that wins the first ever footballing gold medal for Nigeria. Joshua,
to continue their impressive run to place Edo State in the continental map.
Toby Amazon, look at the clock. I cannot believe it. She's done it again. 2 world records in one night. And she makes history by becoming Nigeria's first world champion.
Alex Iwobi decides to go early. Chukwueze shapes the shoot, gets some space. It's Osimhen.
Yes, come Thursday the 13th, the Super Eagles will draw a step closer to the 2026 FIFA World Cup as they file out against Gabon in their playoff fixture. The players are already talking tough and they said they are ready to ensure that Nigeria starts on a winning note. Get past Gabon and Cameroon or DR Congo awaits and ensure that Nigeria makes it to the international stage as far as the playoffs is concerned. It's all about the World Cup qualifiers and the Eagles finally have a second chance. My name is Matthew Okugwe, setting the tone for what promises to be another interesting episode of Sportsville. The top guys are also back in the studio and together we are set to sail. It's all about Nigerian football from the national team, the club said. I must tell you so much truly on offer on today's package.
All bets on sports. What is fair? Huge winnings. What is fair? High odds. What is fair? Fast pay. What is fair? What is fair? Bookmaker Company.
The Fuse Talent Show is back. Hey! Get ready to turn up the heat with our favorite judges and the brand new fashion judge, Amy Agomi. This season,
I love the fact that you are really passionate.
Electrifying music.
She's in a big key, she go polo.
I'm excited for the new season.
Always own every moment on stage.
Tech and innovation.
Technology can build the next nation of prosperity. Absolutely.
Don't miss the brand new season of the Fuse Talent Show, proudly brought to you by Stanbic IBTC.
Yes, you know, we are always fired up, truly fired up to be back on the super amazing platform to talk sports. I'm not alone in the studio. Let's get to meet Raymond Akparere.
Yeah, so good to be here. As far as Sportsville is concerned, it's always fun. And of course, time to say the truth.
Yes, talking about saying the truth, the man that is next to the Pope is also in the house. The big man himself, Tony Wokoma Ubani.
Thank you so much, Matthew. It's not in everyday life that you get a second chance. This is a lifeline. A second chance, you know, that must be maximized. And that's exactly what becomes on Super Eagles on Thursday.
Yes, and we call her Beauty and Brain, the ever delectable Joy of Bayame. She's also in the house. You know her as Punja.
Yes, Matthew, it feels good to be back in the studio. I'm excited for the Super Eagles. I can put my money on this, that we are going to get the ticket to qualify for the World Cup 2026.
Yes, Joy will be telling us much later all about the Lagos women's run that went down yesterday. But she's set to talk the Eagles first, and thereafter she tells us all that went down as far as the 10th edition of the Lagos women's run is concerned. Raymond, let's start with a move by the NFF. Remember, the NFF has sent a protest letter to the world governing body of football, FIFA, as a result of the appointment of the South African officials, as well as that of Benin Republic, to oversee the Super Eagles game against Gabon.
Yeah, at least not a bad one. We've always said that the NFF are paid down most times. They are always waiting for the last minute before they react. I don't think it was fair of FIFA to have appointed a South African referee to be in charge. Because we know very well that in recent times it has not been real friendly notes between Nigeria and, of course, South Africa. You recall that South Africa's sports minister openly declared not long ago that most South Africans wouldn't want Nigeria to be at the World Cup.
Yeah.
So I think for once the NFF has woken up and they decided to counter that by protesting to FIFA, protesting to CAF. It's a wise one, perhaps to check whatever problems we might be having, even though it is not automatic, but it's on record that Nigeria indeed protested. I don't know if FIFA will take us serious, but definitely we have every reason to protest. It's a good one by the Nigerian Football Federation. For Benin's football referees who are going to be in charge of video assistant referees, well, maybe because Nigeria beats Benin 4-0, but you have to ask. It has to be operated by somebody that knows how to operate VAR. Sadly, we don't have it in Nigeria. So the NFL should blame themselves. Why do we not have people that knows how to operate, the VAR? So they should let that be, but let's change the South African center referee.
Yes, Tony Obani, you can't overlook what the South African sports minister said. I've seen that video over and over again. He said it's not a personal attack, but Nigerians just don't like them, and they also don't like Nigeria, and he would not mind if we don't make it to the World Cup. And you see such statements, and you don't expect the NFF to fold their hands and allow a South African referee to officiate the game against Gabon.
Yeah, Matthew, I think it's done in bad faith. There is absolutely nothing that FIFA is going to say that will make this sink, because we always know the volatile relationship between Nigeria and South Africa when it comes to sports, especially in football. We were in the same group, and of course, we knew how it panned out. South Africa got a lifeline, just because the Super Eagles also needed to win. If not, South Africa would not have qualified. And indeed, a minister who represents, the government of South Africa, should not be allowed to say such things that are very divisive, things that are very volatile. And indeed, FIFA also coming to hand over the fate of Nigeria to the hands of a South African. That's questionable. I think that FIFA should also make a rethink and always call themselves back. And I'm saying that what is good for the goose is also good for the gander. There is absolutely nothing like Republic of Benin. The only people that know how to operate VAR is if they're changing the South Africans, they should equally change Benin. Because these are poison minds that we played with in the same group.
Yes.
Benin also got so close, just as South Africa got so close. And indeed, Nigeria overtook Benin, at the tape. And I do not see them coming. Anything can happen. At a time like this, there should be fairness. There should be fairness, transparency in everything that FIFA does. Nigeria has suffered. Ordinarily, other teams have qualified. Now that we are having a second chance, we should not want enemies to pull us back, Matthew.
And away from the politics of the game, let's now build up to the action itself. The players are in camp, and camp officially opens today. Victor Osimhen got an hat-trick in the course of the week in the UEFA Champions League, and you expect him to bring same form to bear. An inspiration for the rest of the players going into that all-important fixture against Gabon. Joy.
Yes, it's quite an interesting performance from Victor Osimhen, who is a point man for the Super Eagles going into these features against Gabon. His 3 goals in the UEFA Champions League, how players across their leagues celebrated with him, that will boost the confidence of the players because they know that they have a man amongst them that will do the job. And I believe that the boys know what is at stake for them, and they will also want to do everything possible for them to get these tickets to the World Cup because their name is on the line, and Super Eagles of Nigeria will really, really be, a team to look forward to in the World Cup. So yeah, I think for me, the players are set, the camp, the spirit, I think they are ready for this game.
Raymond, my fear is 2-3 days. Would that be enough? We know that some players will arrive camp on Tuesday, late Tuesday, some even into Wednesday, and they are to play on Thursday. Does this bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me because one thing that is so obvious is that the Nigerian team now realize the importance of being at the World Cup.
Yes.
Some few months ago, maybe right from this time and all, there was this 50-50 situation. Some committed, some not committed. Even the NFL, it was not sure whether this total support was there. But for once, we now see everybody fully focused. from Eric Sekuchel to the players, and even to the NFF that committed blunders along the line. So for once, everybody's talking about one team, which is very, very okay. I am not, let them just go there and correct the mistakes of the past. We had accused them of not being committed. They have been patriotic, of not being serious, and all the names we've called all. I will say the NFL should be sacked. The only way the NFL should not be sacked is that if we qualify for the World Cup. And so now that say that everything is okay, the men are already on ground in Rabat, making sure that no mistake along the line. No problem. Let's hope to be there. But I know the Gabonese are also worried about the unity in the Eagles team. A few days ago, I heard Thierry Mounema, the former Azingo national player, who is now in charge of the team, saying that in Rabat it's going to be mission difficile. That's going to be a difficult mission, comparing our own Victor Osimhen to the Rashidi Yekini that he knew as a player.
Back, yeah.
Now he's coming with another weapon of mass destruction in Victor Osimhen. It is good for us. The way we are hoping here in Nigeria, in Enugu, in Abeokuta, in Kano, everywhere, so in Libreville too, because by last night, they are still struggling to get tickets. The one supporters are struggling to be in Rabat. Their supporters from Port-Gentil, Libreville, and other parts, Otogwe, other parts of Gabon, they are all struggling to be on ground. But they know, what I was able to gather is that they have this fear over Super Eagles. And I hope the Super Eagles will really peg the Gabonese. Gabon has not really been much of a problem to Nigerian football. They have a tall ambition, but of course, let's get past them in this Thursday's game first.
Yes, optimism very, very high. I must tell you, Nigerians are truly optimistic that the Eagles would get past Gabon in that game. We are going on a breather, and when we return, Tony Ubani will be giving us his own side expectations as far as the Eagles is concerned.
All bets on sports. What is fair? Huge winnings. What is fair? High odds. What is fair? Fast pay. What is fair? What is fair?
Bookmaker Company.
The Fuse Talent Show is back.
Hey!
Get ready to turn up the heat with our favorite judges and the brand new fashion judge, Amy Agomi. This season,
I love the fact that you are really passionate.
Electrifying music.
I'm excited for the new season.
Always own every moment on stage.
Tech and innovation.
Technology can build a next nation of prosperity. Absolutely.
don't miss the brand new season of the Fuse Talent Show, proudly brought to you by Stanbic IBTC.
Yes, it's still all about the Super Eagles, the World Cup playoffs. So we build up to the game against Gabon on Thursday. Nigeria must make it to the FIFA World Cup. Tony Ubani, your expectation going to that fixture? Raymond said his confidence in the team. This is like the first time I see Raymond talk about the Super Eagles with plenty of belief.
Optimism.
Of belief, yes.
Yeah, I think it's not just only Ray. I think Raymond believes in the players. Most times, when they raise their A game, most times, I think that Raymond harps on administration, and which is absolutely true. But I think, as in for this game on Thursday, for me, it's no retreat, no surrender for the Super Eagles.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's a make or break.
There is nothing else anybody expects from the Super Eagles. The awareness, the consciousness has gotten to them. They are very close to the tape. Nobody gave them the chance. They too did not even believe that they could survive, the main games, coming to get a playoff at the dying minute. And now they are faced with the chance of, playing at a World Cup, which is, which is the best thing that will happen to any footballer. I think that has also resurrected their ambition, and more so with what some of the players, especially Victor Osimhen, like they always say, tell me your name and of course I will know who you are. Victor is indeed a conqueror. He has shown that, his vim, his vitality, he's always up there. And then I think that will also propel others. Even as we talk, I'm looking at Calvin Bassey. That's another player that is always bringing his A game to bear. I think that will also rub off on all the players. The Nigeria Football Federation, has risen up, and think we are seeing that they too have also prepared almost everything for the Super Eagles. Indeed, I think this is the time that the Super Eagles, will get Gabon out of our way. And indeed, Cameroon or DR Congo, Matthew, I think that will not be a problem. As in, the only thing is that the Super Eagles left it late. That is why they are taking us into another, blood pressure matches. Because if they had gotten to this point, when they started, it would have been a relaxed and I will be the ones, watching and then guessing who and who will go through this playoff. But indeed, Matthew, optimism is right high. And of course, every Nigerian has turned around 360 degrees, turn around to believe in the Super Eagles.
Interesting. And Joy, we must also be interested in the other fixture. Cameroon playing DR Congo. If you look at the qualifying log, DR Congo also had a very, very decent outing. The Cameroonians, they were neither here nor there. They were able to make the playoffs. Your expectation going to that fixture as well?
Well, I think it has been a big struggle for the West African countries, most especially during this World Cup qualifiers. And they've struggled. Ghana struggled. Nigeria struggled. Cameroon still struggling, fighting to get also a ticket. So I think for that game, it's going to be a very interesting clash against DR Congo, who has over the past few months proved themselves that they are also a worthy, ticket earner for the World Cup. So I think if I need to go with anybody, I think DR Congo might just, pull a thing on Cameroon.
Raymond?
Well, for Cameroon, I'm surprised they're in this tight situation with Nigeria. And, anything, I don't really mind. But I've always been a fan of the Lions before now. I just hope the Eagles will get past Gabon. But my appeal is that don't underrate Gabon. Remember, there's Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
Yes.
There's Daniel,
yes.
who has been a regular scorer. Remember, too, that the Gabonese still had 25 points.
Yes.
The only team that got 25 points and are still in this playoffs.
And both players also got 15 goals in the course of the qualifiers.
So don't joke with Daniel. Don't joke with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. We just hope the Eagles will not take them for granted. Gabon had not really been a threat in the past, but of course, we must not underrate them for any reason.
Tony, final words?
Yeah, but when you get to these last matches, I think that almost every team is ready. This is a team of luck. There is no how that luck will not come into this, but then, like Raymond said, absolutely no need of taking anybody for granted. But I do know that the Super Eagles will definitely oversee Gabon.
Yes, we are optimistic. We build up to that fixture with plenty of gusto, plenty of confidence. This is not the time to talk about technicalities. Just go there and get the job done. That is the mandate to the players as well as the gaffer. On the other side, we'll still be looking at stories making the rounds in the world of sports. Stick around.
This season, every bet slip can take you further than ever. All the way to the AFCON finals in Morocco. Win an all-expense-paid trip to Morocco, plus 10 million naira in prizes. Place your bets on sports or virtuals from November 1st to December 31st, and your bet slip could be your ticket. BetKing is plenty. Terms and conditions apply. That feeling, that's BetKing.
The Fuse Talent Show is back. Get ready to turn up the heat with our favorite judges and the brand new fashion judge, Amy Agomi. This season,
I love the fact that you are really passionate.
Electrifying music.
I'm excited for the new season.
Always own every moment on stage.
Tech and innovation.
Technology can build a next nation of prosperity. I'm celebrating.
Don't miss the brand new season of the Fuse Talent Show, proudly brought to you by Stanbic IBTC.
Yes, you're welcome back. The show is still Sportsville. Plenty of excitement, I must say, as we build up to the World Cup playoffs. We hope that Nigeria, the Super Eagles, will give us plenty to savor, and we look away from the threats coming from America as well. This time, we're now being joined by the initiator of the Spice 5-side Nigeria Street Soccer Tournament, Dr. Bankole Alibe. Dr. Alibe, it's a pleasure to have you join us on the show.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, we are almost there. The last round of quarterfinal fixtures hold today. Season 2 of the Spice 5-side Nigeria Street Soccer Tournament. Talk to us about where we are this time and how has the season been thus far.
Thank you very much for having me. Let's start by saying it's been a long walk. It's a lofty dream when you think about how to add value to young people and ensuring that they are able to do something for themselves, not just giving them handout, but nurturing their passion to ensure that they deliver value not just for themselves, but the wider society. Like I mentioned at the beginning, about 87 million people in Nigeria play football, either passionately or passingly. So that kind of number is not a number that we can basically just push aside and move on with our lives. It's something that we need to nurture. So that's the first part of the encouragement. The second part of it is that that number is something that can build an economy around. It's more than the economy, it's more than the size of many populations in Africa, even across the world. So we believe that is something that is worth investing in. And then the third part of it is the fact that given the percentage of those number of people, of that particular number of people within the Nigerian population, it's been a long a commitment for us to ensure that we're able to contribute our part in ensuring that we get the young people of Nigeria active, doing something and adding value, not just to themselves and the wider society. So yes, it's been a long walk from January this year, just like we did last year, from the screening exercise to shortlisting the team, to hiring them, nurturing them, screening them, putting them to shape, clustering them and dealing with them from each of the divisions of Lagos until we start the preliminary matches across the 5 divisions of Lagos, play all the matches, 8 matches in each of the divisions, 40 matches in total before we come to the final, which started on the 25th of October 2025. It's been a very expensive exercise. We would shy away from that. It's been very challenging in terms of ensuring that we put the matches up to standard. Like we put it when we started our tournament this year. We want a tournament that will be able to compete in any part of the world, which is exactly what we're doing. And at the back of all of that, we're trying to do our best to ensure that we are not just playing the football for the fun of it. We're also building the capacity of the young people. We're also ensuring that they get something to look out for and also ensuring that we're preparing them for the future. So yes, it's been quite challenging, but at the same time, it's been quite rewarding.
Yes, we've seen the level of consistency on the part of the tournament. The Sports Meet Tech initiative also inculcated into this year's edition. We saw several ex-internationals also on ground to more like motivate the players and give them sessions to inspire them on what they need to do going forward as far as their career is concerned. Talk to us about some of this initiative and how you hope to ensure that they truly impact and make a significant route as far as the tournament is concerned.
So we at Spires Media, we're not just thinking about the sport, we're thinking about the future of the young people. Because think about it like this, one of the major issues that we've had in sport developments in Nigeria is the fact that there is a longer life beyond the sport life of the athletes. Either football, basketball, or whatever sport that people get involved in. There's a longer life beyond the football life. So, and what we have witnessed in the past couple of years is the fact that some of our athletes in Nigeria, past athletes that has brought the country a lot of glory, suffer towards the end term of their lives or struggle financially because there are no other skills. So think about it. Football is a terminal skill. By the time you're 35, you're not particularly attractive to anyone else, except for people who are extremely talented. So now, if someone lives to the age of 70, what it means is that the person has to live another 35 years without any form of skill, because the formative years of actually learning a skill they've put into football. So if they do not make enough money or make enough financial decision or additional skill, they will end up being in trouble. Now, those are for people who have brought the country glory. Now, what happens to people who are talented, who are not so fortunate? What it will mean for them is that they will go through all this period until they are in their mid-30s, only for them to realize that they are not playing in the EPL, they're not playing in the MPFL, they're not playing in any professional league, they're not playing for the national team, and they have skills to playing football, and they do not have any other skill out of their life. And they can't make it up to being a coach because the level of exposure that is required for them to get to that level is absent. So having understand that part in the ecosystem of the Nigerian athletic ecosystem, we decided to be proactive. And I can say, as a matter of fact, I live in Europe and I travel all over the world. And I can say this is the very first time that we are doing something that we think the world will copy when it comes to ensuring that young people are not just learning the skill in terms of athletics, we're also teaching them on lifelong skill. So I'm preparing them for the life after the sport. And that is how we came about the idea. It wasn't wasn't a very convenient idea. It wasn't a very affordable idea, but it's something that has to be done. It is very expensive. For example, this year, we put these players together. We taught them on Microsoft Office productivity tool. We taught them about graphics. We taught them about machine learning, artificial intelligence. On Thursday, they went through graphics, and on Friday, they went through cyber security. These are lifelong skills that can actually help them to become someone in the future outside the field of play. The whole idea is to ensure that we're not just giving them a temporary euphoria of making them to win on the pitch. We want them to win in life, and that is why we're giving them this transferable lifelong skill for them to have something to win on, even when they're not on the field of play.
Yes, before we let you go, the final will build up to the finale on Saturday, the 15th of this month. What should Nigerians, what should Lagosians expect? We know it's going to be plenty of fireworks, razzmatazz, the best blend of entertainment and sports. So what should we expect? The fans, what should they be looking forward to?
Last year when we had the final edition of the tournament, we said that if you think it's fun last year, come out for the fireworks this year. And I think we've delivered on that up to this moment. And we're taking it a notch higher this year. This year, we're doing something extraordinarily different because we have had this tournament. We have had the Sport Meets Tech Week, which we have taught a lot of tech skills that we've talked about. And now, as traditional, we're having the ex-internationals, which has been put together to ensure that they nurture these young people in ensuring that their capacity is built, building the personality that they are beyond the field of play. Because again, attitude is very critical in any field of play that you are. Either you are in tech, you are in consulting, you are in sports, you're an athlete, whatever you do, your attitude is very critical. And that's why we brought the ex-international into it. But we're now taking it a notch higher. This is street football. This is street soccer. We're now taking a notch higher by introducing the street food section when it comes to the final. So on the 15th of November, we're going to have the very first sports event in Nigeria that we have a street food corner. We will be providing for over 500 young people to come and understand what it means to have the street food of Nigeria, on the street of Nigeria. You talk about all the delicacy that you enjoy on the street or when you are in traffic, the roasted yam, roasted plantain, puff, akara, all this food that we eat on the street of Nigeria. We're bringing it live to the venue to create a total street environment whereby people can come, have fun, listen to watch the dance competition, watch the rap competition, be part of the food experience, the food tasting, the drink tasting experience, and then the performance by the artist, and eventually the football tournament itself as it comes to a glorious closure for the 2025 campaign. The whole idea is to rejuvenate the street culture of Nigeria, something beautiful that we need to look out for. And that's exactly what we're trying to do. So we're not just building the skill for the people, we're also building them to understand the rich culture in where they belong and to have something as an identity for them to believe in as a Nigerian.
Yes, Dr. Bankole Alibe, convener, Aspires 5-side Nigeria Street Soccer Tournament, now in its second edition. We build up to the finale. I will say all the best to you and your team. Thank you very much for your time with us on the show.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here too. And looking forward to seeing you Nigerians on 15th of November at the tournament, the final of the tournament. Thank you.
The Fuse Talent Show is back. Hey! Get ready to turn up the heat with our favorite judges and the brand new fashion judge, Amy Agomi. This season,
I love the fact that you are really passionate.
Electrifying music.
She said, "Na big G, she go follow." I'm excited for the new season.
Always own every moment on stage.
Tech and innovation.
Technology can build a next nation of prosperity. Absolutely.
Don't miss the brand new season of the Fuse Talent Show, proudly brought to you by Stanbic IBTC.
Conversation continues across all our social media platforms on your screen at this time. We'll keep talking sports 24/7. I'm Matthew Okube. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.
Emmanuel Amunike has scored for Nigeria. Goal that wins the first ever footballing gold medal for Nigeria.
To continue their impressive run so as to place Edo State in the continental map.